Hi, freelancers, side hustlers, and small businesses. I wanted to show you today how Jobbie.ca can help you get more leads for your business and make quoting and finding new customers a little bit easier. The first thing I wanted to mention is that while we're busy relaunching the site, because like everybody else, we shut down when COVID hit, and we're now just starting to pick things up again. For the next 3 months, it's completely free to sign up. So you can have a 3-month free trial and you can sign in and see all the jobs that are on offer and see how it all works and get notifications when new jobs are added in your area and that kind of thing. So that's nice. So if you're struggling to get new business or if you're just starting out with a new service business in your area and you want to get another easy free way to get leads from customers, please sign up. It's really easy. You can just go to Jobbie.ca, go to register and sign up as a service provider. The first thing I wanted to show you is how profiles work on Jobbie.ca. So this is a profile for a service provider. It's slightly different to the customer profile because there's more stuff on here. So firstly, what you're going to have is your username and your profile name and your hourly rate and the skills that you offer services in. So whatever it is, there's many different skills options on the site. There's dozens of different categories. And then there's a section about your business. So you can write a little blurb about what you do and what service you provide and that kind of thing. You can link to your website, your Twitter profile, your Facebook profile, LinkedIn, and YouTube so people can actually find you outside of the site. Particularly, this is useful if you've worked with a customer before and they want to work with you outside of the site. We don't restrict that kind of thing. We do recommend that customers hire for the first time on the site so they can have access to feedback and reviews. And actually, it's nice for you too if they hire you through the site. You can get more positive feedback and reviews, and that'll translate into more business for you. So then the next thing you have is edit a picture. So you can add your company logo over here. You just upload it, crop it, and save it. It's very simple. And then there's also a portfolio section. So this is where you can show customers what you've done in the past. So if you go to add portfolio, you can write a title, choose what skills it relates to, when you started the job, when you finished the job, if there's a website for the job or a YouTube link. You can describe the work that you did, and then you can upload images and files and that kind of thing that relate to the job, so that people who go to your profile when they may be considering hiring somebody to do a job for them, they can see what you've done in the past and go, oh, okay, this person looks like they know what they're doing and that kind of thing. The next thing you need to know is email preferences. So the nice thing about Jobbie.ca is we have a push notification system. So that means when a new project is posted that's relevant to you, you'd get an email for it. If you bid on a project and you're hired by a customer and they hire you on the site, you'd get an email about that too. Then if a bid is placed, declined or accepted on your project, because as a service provider, you can also post your own projects. So let's say you need somebody to do some work for you that's not related to what you actually do as a service. You can post it on the site, and if somebody sends you a quote or offer on your job, you'd see that as well. If your bid is if your bid is declined, you'd also be let know that you didn't get that job. And then when you receive messages, whether it's a public forum message or a private message, you'd also get an email notification for that. So the next thing you need to know is how quote requests work. So if you go into either search quote requests over here, or you can go to work and browse the quote requests over there, or you can search, which would be based on keywords, locations, skills that you're looking for, any kind of keyword that you're looking for in a project. If you have a specific budget range that you want to look within, whether you want to look at all the quotes or just the ones that are open, and it'll show you a list of all the things that relate to that. So I'm just going to go into one of the quotes right now and show you how easy it is to submit a quote on this site. So the first thing you want to know is all the quotes on the site are sealed. So that means that none of the other service providers who are quoting are going to see your price. So you're not going to get a situation where you submit a price and Joe Schmo down the road goes, oh, okay, I'll just make my price $50 less than that person and get the job. So that doesn't happen on the site because everything is sealed. The next thing you're going to see is the budget that the customer has. Now, this is important because let's say you're a larger company that's submitting the quote. You can't compete with somebody who's doing a small job. So if you see the budget is only between $250 and $750 for this might not be within the sort of optimal range for you to quote on. So you can immediately say, no, I'm not going to waste my time setting a quote for that. The next thing you need to know is you can report a project. So if people are asking for something that you don't think should be on the site, or they're anything that you think is not 100% correct about the quote, you can quote request, you can report it, and we'll have a look and see if it's ridiculously low budget, or if the person is not from Canada or whatever. And then you can send a message, but you should know that we do moderate all the messages that are sent through the site, so it's not a good idea to try and use that to circumvent the bidding process. The next thing you'll see down here is how many days and months and weeks you have left to quote on the job. So this will tell you roughly when the person is looking to hire somebody to do this, or within what time frame they want to hire somebody. And then you'll see who the customer is. Now, if you click through here, you can actually go to their profile, and then you'll see a bit more information about them. But we do hide sort of contact information for customers and that kind of thing, just so that we don't have a million people contacting them and harassing them. The next thing you're going to see is over here, reviews. And the reviews on Jobbie.ca is a two-sided system. So customers can give reviews and feedback for service providers, whether they have a great experience or not so great experience. But service providers can also review customers. So sometimes you have a customer who is a slow payer, or who changes things without, and expects extra work to be done, and there's a lot of scope creep and that kind of thing. So you would be able to see immediately if this customer's only got a 1-star rating, you're probably going to want to take a look and see what the reviews say about that customer. Or maybe the customer's got a 5-star rating and they're a great customer to work with, and I'll tell you over here how many reviews it's based on. So the next thing you're going to see on a quote request on Jobbie.ca is the description of the work that they're going to be doing. So this guy's looking for 100 feet of wood fence to be pressure washed and repaired. He's not looking for something permanent, it looks like, and he is possibly thinking to replace the fence next year. So this tells you it's a small job, it's something you can maybe do over a weekend. So it's perfect for somebody who's just starting out, or a side hustler or whatever. But it also tells you that this guy is thinking to replace the fence next year. So if you're looking for a repeat business type situation, you can maybe contact the customer through here, get this small job, and build your business so that next year when he's looking for a fence, he contacts you for a quote. So then it'll tell you what skills are required and what location. If the customer has uploaded any drawings, pictures, videos, or anything like that, that'll also show up on the quote request here. And there is a public clarification board where you can post a message. If you've bid on the job and you need to know something, you can post it over here. And then obviously it's a sealed project. All the projects on Jobbie.ca are sealed so that it's fair for everybody and so that everybody gets a better deal out of it. Now let's see, if you go to submit a quote, how easy it is to do this. So we want to submit a quote, and we want to put in a budget of 500, and we think it'll take 7 days, and I can clean up your fence for you. And then please see my profile for examples of work. So that'll tell the customer that they can go and have a look at your profile and that you've got a portfolio uploaded there. If you are bidding on this job, you can also send a private message to the customer. So you can click over here and send a private message. And that's about it. So what will happen then is the customer will get all of the quotes that are submitted through the site, and they can go through each one and look at the budget and the proposal and profiles that they see and all that sort of thing. They can also contact you if they want to ask any more information or get some more details about what you've done in the past or what you're planning to do here. And then they can hire through the site. So you would get a notification saying this person has hired you, or they haven't hired you, or they've hired somebody else, and that kind of thing. We don't do commissions. We don't process payments. So all of that still happens outside of the site. But you do get to have feedback and reviews for any jobs that you are hired for through the site. So that means when somebody goes to your profile, they'll see your reviews and your star rating and that kind of thing, and that can help you to grow your business. The other thing you need to know is that there is a support system where you can submit issues on the site. So let's say you have a problem with a customer and they haven't been getting back to you or whatever. You can send us an email. And if we find that the situation warrants it, we can contact the customer. There's also disciplinary actions that we can take, sort of like suspending customer accounts or terminating. Let's say somebody doesn't pay you. We don't process the payment, so we can't force them to make a payment to you. But we can tell them, look, if you don't get in touch with the service provider to sort it out, we're going to suspend your account until they let us know that things have been done, that the payment issue has been sorted out. So that is an extra layer of protection that you don't get if you work through a site like Kijiji or Facebook and that kind of thing. The other thing is we do publicize the service providers that are on the site on our social media. So if you create a profile on the site, we will take a screenshot and link to your profile and put it on our Twitter and our LinkedIn and our Facebook and Instagram and that kind of thing. So you get a lot of additional marketing through the site that you wouldn't get. Facebook doesn't care who you are, what you do, and Kijiji, they just, you post an ad and that's it. They don't actually do any promotions on your behalf, which we do. So it's free for 3 months to give it a try. I'll show you how many categories we have. We have dozens of different categories in all kinds of areas that you can quote on, and we're adding to this all the time. And if you don't find your category over here, you can suggest to us what you think we should add to the site. And registering is very simple. You go to register and you choose service provider and you fill in some information. Here is the free trial that we were talking about. As soon as you select that, you won't be taken to any payment processor and you can just continue on to registration. And yeah, we'd love to have you on the site. We're trying to help Canadian service providers to grow their businesses, especially now when things are a bit tough with business and that kind of thing. We're trying to help freelancers who want to get more leads in their area. And we're trying to help people who are trying to turn their hobbies and their skills into a viable business that they can maybe do from home or supplement their income with. So yeah, and if you know of anybody else who might benefit out of being on Jobbie.ca, we'd love to have them too. The more the merrier, as long as they're in Canada and they're offering a service. Please send them on over and let's all help each other out. Thanks. Bye.